Hey, what's happening? Right now you are listening to the Victory Loves Company podcast. Today is Monday, May 14th, 2018. I'm Conrad Agderian, and today I am joined with Ricardo Medrano, who is 2017 DJ Times Magazine Entertainer of the Year. And today he's joined with me. Ricardo, welcome to the show.
What's up, Conrad? How are you today, man?
Chilling, baby.
Good.
So how's everything with you?
Everything's good, man.
At
Can't
LJ?
complain. It's going great, man. Can't complain. You know, a lot of work, but it's good. It's good.
Definitely worth it?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of hours, but at the end of the day, my wife doesn't complain.
Yeah?
Yeah, she does it.
But sexually, everything's okay?
What sex?
I'm assuming you have kids then, right?
Yes, I do. I do have two little ones.
There it
so,
is.
Yes.
There it is, man. That's good.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know who you are, why don't you explain a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do here at LJ Productions?
Well, here at LJ DJs, I am one of the entertainers, DJ/MC. Also, kind of say like a visionary. You know, I'm the wedding planner for the client. You know, the first thing we want to do is first let's talk about what your vision is. You know, and then we'll take it from there. A lot of things that I do here is a lot of the sales, cold calling, and cold calling is one of the oldest methods of selling.
Who are you cold calling? The venues?
No, actually, new clients.
Okay.
We do a lot of bridal shows, and that's where we really make our business.
Okay.
Also, other websites like The Knot, you know, certain things like that.
Wedding Wire.
Wedding Wire, yes, too, as well. Yeah, we get leads from there, and then just people visiting our site as well. You know, interested in our services.
Okay. Well, you guys do a lot of stuff here, as I'm sure Jack can contest to. And he was actually, I don't know if you noticed or not, but he was my DJ at my wedding.
Oh, nice.
Back in when did I get married?
Wow, you don't remember when you got married? Holy shit!
You know I'm gonna edit this out, right?
Yeah, I know you are. Don't let the missus hear.
Yeah, right. No, it was October of 15, and I was working with Jack prior to that. And it's just an overall professional. Everybody that he's worked with, I don't really have anything bad to say about anybody. And I know like DJs are a dime a dozen, but I know you guys here as a team, you're like the Beatles. You know,
Yeah.
you're definitely the outliers in the industry, and that's why me and my girl, we wouldn't go anywhere else. But you look very fashionable.
Thank you so much.
All right. I like the glasses.
My white specs. That's the glasses that I use for all my shows. My wife told me, "You're not allowed to wear that in public with me. You have to only wear that."
Why? It defines your
trust
eyes.
me. Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of compliments in where I go, but she gets a little embarrassed. She's like, "Where are your other ones?"
How old are you?
I am 36 years old, actually.
All right, so you're at the tail end of the millennials, then.
Yeah,
but you're still part of us, though. You're one of us.
God, I hate being called a millennial.
I don't like it either, man. I think it's a way to market to a segment of people.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's derogatory, not that I'm offended by it. It's just like, why the fuck are you gonna put me in this category?
Yeah, I mean, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
32.
Okay, so you and I can say that you and I are the millennials that don't like to get called millennials because the other millennials are fucking it up for us in the sense of like, I think they're the ones who are very sensitive. These new millennials don't want to work. They want it now, and it's not how it works. You got to bust your ass first, then you get it. But I mean,
the sweat equity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
no, I get you.
Yeah, man.
But,
so I've been in the industry for 10 years, but I've been with LJ DJs for 2.
Okay.
Get where I'm going? Like 10 years. So I have about 12 years of experience.
All right.
But I think the 10 years where I was before was like playing AA or AAA baseball.
Okay. So almost there, but not over.
Yeah.
Not over the edge.
But then I come to LJ DJs, and it's like I just got signed by the Yankees.
Nice.
And you know, the reason why I say it like that, I use that analogy, and you know, I've learned so much here from Jack, and not only just Jack, Chris, and the rest of my team. You know, being able to kind of see what they do, and then kind of take little nuggets from here and there and put that into my shows.
Right.
And they do the same thing too as well.
Well, it also allows you to demonstrate your personal skills. You know, I referenced you guys as the Beatles earlier because, again, there's so many production companies or entertainment companies out there but you guys, I feel like, have more freedom to express innovative ways to make parties more creative, more better, more unique, more what the person would want, or even wow them with something. Maybe you would show them something that you would never even think would be possible. You know what I mean? I know it's kind of antiquated and by comparison, but the whole dry ice thing during the first dance, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know that's pretty much a standard right now, or even if that's past.
No, it still is, you know, and that's the thing.
I just think it's cool. It's a cool thing to say.
Yeah, no, and it's beautiful. It's so elegant. I mean, one of the things I tell my brides and well, my clients, my brides and grooms, your wedding is the most hectic day of your life. Yeah. There's so much shit going on. You're waking up at the crack of dawn to go to a church by like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Then to go run and take pictures. I wouldn't even say 1 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon to go take pictures, to then be at your venue at 5 o'clock, go to your cocktail hour, or if you're getting married there, you know, go to your cocktail hour. You don't even get to eat. But when you do that first dance as husband and wife, and those clouds come out, you want to make sure that your client feels like they are on the clouds. That minute and 30 seconds or however long they want to dance their song, that's when they're away from their friends and family, and it's just about them. And that's how you want to make them feel.
Well, it's an isolated moment.
It is. Even though all eyes are on you.
I get it. Yeah.
But it's that only time you get, because after that, you're going to party, you're going to get drunk.
People are yanking you. Oh, come meet this person. Oh, this person flew in from California. Come and meet that.
Exactly. Who's your cousin you haven't seen in years?
Yeah, who's your cousin you didn't even know you had?
Exactly. You know? The dancing on the clouds, all the things that are happening. Like now, it's the sparklers.
In the centerpieces?
Well, the indoor sparklers now.
Okay.
You know, the indoor pyrotechnics. That's becoming now the new dancing on the clouds, even though dancing on the clouds will never go away. But the sparklers now are the new.
That's a new fad?
Yeah, that's a new thing. Everybody asks for that now. So
they all go off at the same time, I'm assuming, or?
Yes, we can. We could shoot them off at the same time, or we can program them where we have them just shoot off separately. But I think once you have them shoot off at the same time, once we introduce the bride and groom, or when they do their first kiss and the clouds are kind of fading away, it's that wow factor now. Well,
I know they used to have the ones, or still do, in the centerpieces. Where are you specifically referring that they are now? By the stage?
Well, we put them by the stage because they don't produce smoke or heat. They're cold sparkles, but you know, we just kind of just keep them away from people. We don't want, you know, any of the granulars falling on anyone or on their food. But overall, like, it's by us the whole entire time, unless like if there's a staircase that are going to come down to when we introduce them. Right. We could put probably 2 at the end, and they'll be perfectly fine. Nothing's ever going to happen.
You just fire them off once and that's it?
A few times, you know, all depending. I know that, you know, Jack will probably get into more details, but, you know, we have different segments, you know, especially if we have TVs or the video wall. But we're always constantly trying to change the game when it comes to these types of visuals. Yeah.
You ever work with any celebrities?
Actually did Joe Panic's wedding at the Venetian
in Garfield.
Yes, about 350 people.
Well, that place holds a minimum, I think, of like 300 people, because everything in there is huge.
Well, the ballroom I think is like 4 and change.
Yeah, that's
the
about
Palazzo
right.
You can do about 600, I think, the most. But we had like,
that's crazy.
It was like 350, 375. I wasn't starstruck because I used to work for the Nets before, so I know it's like to be around these guys who play sports and all that stuff, and seeing all these celebrities.
What'd you do for the Nets?
I used to be a stage manager.
No way.
And I did ticket sales for them too as well before they went to Brooklyn. So I've seen them all. I've seen Jay-Z a million times. I got pictures with Kim Kardashian. I've met everyone. But
did you go to the 40/40 Club by the Flatiron District?
Never went.
I have multiple gigs there.
Really?
Well, that place does not have an elevator. Now, when you're in this industry, you need an elevator.
Of course. That's
if
New
your
York,
shit
though.
is on the second or third.
Of course.
Yeah, unless you're doing like a corporate gig and there's the freight elevator, then you got to deal with the freight elevator attendants. Which,
or you got to walk like like through like a maze. Oh,
I'm not kidding you. I had me and my partner had to carry a triple chamber slushy maker.
Oh God!
Up and down 2 fucking flights of stairs.
Oh my God!
All right, empty. Those things weigh 165 pounds. I had to carry that down the stairs, my man.
You know what it is in this industry? The best part is loading in. The best part is loading out because you're tired as shit.
Well, you know what I've learned. Usually, kind of starts right around this time of the year and during graduation season and proms and whatnot, is the actual event itself is the rest time.
Yeah.
It's, if you're playing a 7 to 11 gig, right? You get there at 5 or whatever, and you close up at 11. By the time you're out of there, it's midnight. That center part, that 7 to 11, is my rest period.
You think so?
What I do.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
For you guys are kind of out in the front.
Yeah.
What I do, sometimes it's not always in the front because I handle more of like the dessert portions of it, right? And if there's an attendant involved, I'm usually not the center of attention.
Of course.
And with DJs, it's the DJ's party. I mean, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm in charge of the chocolate, so I get all the mothers and I get all the I get the women's hearts. Okay, I'll feed them. You guys get them on the dance floor.
Exactly. That's
right?
it.
It's a working. It's like a centipede. All the legs got to be moving in the same direction, so we definitely feed off each other. But that goes without saying.
That's the thing. That you one of the things you have to reassure your clients, you're in the food business, right? You always got to let your clients know that if something goes wrong, they will never know. I mean, it's different with food. If something goes wrong, you actually have to let them know because something went bad with the food.
Right.
You got to tell them. But with us, I did a wedding on Friday where my computer decided to crash.
Right.
Now I'm shitting a brick because the maitre d' is like, dude, you got to go on. And I'm like, give me a second. I'm just restarting my laptop.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
And
you got to almost like, I'm working, let me do this. Your timeline doesn't necessarily coincide with what I'm trying to do here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
And I'm like, holy shit. Like why does this have to happen to me now? Yeah.
How many times have I played photo booth gigs and I always print out a sample and I usually I'll take a picture of my phone and I'll send it to my client because I customize the strips.
Of course.
To what you guys do
of
here.
course.
And I'll be like, hey, how do you like this? Oh, I love it. Okay, great. 16 hours later, I'm at the event.
They don't like it.
No, not that. My computer, for whatever reason, decides not to load properly. My DSLR camera decides not to come on when I want it to come on.
Yeah.
Naturally, 16 hours prior to that, it was working like a fucking... Yeah. And then it was the same thing.
That's what happened to me. That's what happened Friday.
Why isn't this working? No, just resetting the software here. It'll only take a second. And in the meantime, I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with the camera? What's wrong with the guy?
Yeah.
But lo and behold, these things have a way of working themselves out.
You even as well. You're speaking well. You're open. I see how you are too as well. I can read you. I mean, maybe if you don't want to be the center of attention at a party, in a sense, your podcast is some type of a center. You have an audience. So they are listening to you, they are watching you, they are hearing you.
Right.
So that, in a sense, yeah, it is behind a microphone. Nobody can see because we have the faces for podcasts. Or podcasts. Did I say that right?
Speak yourself.
Yeah, I don't need to tell you.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, and then the pimple, right? You can't see the pimple on the podcast. Right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, good, awesome. So
clear skin.
But that's you still have that confidence to speak. You have the confidence to do a podcast, and you have your audience now. And that's what's good, man. That's a part of that. And even if you don't want to do it in front of people, you're still doing it for people. I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, that does make sense. And it's again, to speak to your point, you need that level of confidence. You need to have that knowledge. And I've been doing what I've been doing for almost 10 years now.
Sure.
So I can do it in my sleep. Being in this industry, you're speaking to people on the phone, you're speaking to brides, you're speaking to grooms, you're speaking to event coordinators, you're speaking to managers, you're speaking to maitre d's, you're speaking to the mothers and fathers of the brides, the mother of a bar and bat mitzvah, whatever it is, So, and then you have to interact with the people that are there. And as a DJ, as an entertainer, and what it is that you do, you need to have that energetic disposition to get people on the dance floor, to get people to, in essence, like you.
Yeah.
Because if they don't like you, it's going to show.
Of course.
And if you don't like yourself, they're going to see through that.
Yeah.
People are not that.
And let's go back to that word DJ.
Just jockey.
I am the worst DJ in the world. No, I'm just joking. I can DJ to rock a party. I'm not Funkmaster Flex. I'm not Tiesto, but I DJ. We are DJs. I like to see myself more as an entertainer.
Right.
And in our world, if you have that microphone and you know how to drop the right music and say the right thing, you're going to have a packed dance floor. People are going to react to the music you play. And that's where I kind of like to say the word more entertainer than DJ. everybody here knows that's not my strongest situation.
Are you an MC too?
Yes, I'm more of a front guy, more of an MC than the DJ.
All right, so what's the differentiation categories? DJ, entertainer.
Well, I think the whole thing with the competition was that nobody was really DJing. It was more of an emceeing act or a game playing act, and nobody was really actually mixing music.
Okay.
The formality or not the formality, the rules of the competition is for a person to do a game or a dance that can be done by anyone who is watching the competition, like the judges or anyone else. So they changed it to Entertainer of the Year because, again, nobody was really DJing. So technically I'm, not to brag or boast, but I am the first Entertainer of the Year. So that's
Good
the title
for you,
I get to walk with. And then I've never won anything in my life, and that was the biggest accomplishment, but it wasn't done by me. I had a team backing me up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotcha.
You know?
But you use their tools to create your own project. So
Exactly.
You should give credit where credit's due. You did it yourself. No?
Yeah, I don't want to sell myself short either. I mean, the routine that was made for me was actually called the horny dance, where we used
Okay.
plastic horns
All right.
and had the hidden messages like it was 4 steps to the right and blow your horn, 4 steps to the left, blow your horn. And then I think I did the dance. The last dance move, because it's a 4-step thing, is thrusting. So I had everybody thrusting and all that stuff. So and then when the dance was like over, when it reached its peak, or when it was about to like reach like the last drop, I had everybody getting low and getting on their knees. I was like, no, just So it was a fun routine, and what got me that award, I guess, just me being me.
Good for you, man. So
Yeah.
they were sold on your personality.
Yeah.
Using their tools, and like I said, you created a little niche for yourself.
Yeah.
So congrats, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
That's no easy it's no easy feat. So
It's not. It was tough. First time going out there and not being known in this industry. I always had a big, strong sales background, so you never want to talk bad about your competitors. And that
should still be true. That should be a code of honor amongst professionals that you don't do it. I don't do it. Even when people call me and they're like, I just spoke to so and so. I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah.
They do their thing, I do my thing.
Exactly. That's what we tell our clients too. Go out there and research.
Yeah.
I'm confident enough to say that go out there and research what is out there. And I'll guarantee that you'll come knocking on our door because you will see something that I already know what our competition, but I'm not going to talk. I never say that. I just say it in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
But
you don't want to price shop it either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I just recorded an episode. We interviewed a board certified plastic surgeon, and he was talking about how people price shop for that shit.
Really?
And I'm like, seriously? They're like, oh, you have no idea how many times people come in here and they're like, and I'm just like, well, you're not the cheapest out of the bunch. I'm like, you're probably the best out of the bunch, which comes at a more hefty price tag, as I saw from the Porsches and fucking Maseratis hanging out in the driveway. Yeah. And that was actually the title of the show: Never Price Shop Your Plastic Surgeon. If you're going to only spend a couple bucks, you're going to get McDonald's quality.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying, look, you got to go out and buy the most expensive, because the most expensive doesn't necessarily equate to the best, but you can't buy a reputation. You can't buy what you have. Your recognition in 2007 and your magazine, for example, you can't buy that.
Well,
that's something.
2017.
I just said it. 2017.
2007, I think you said.
I said 2017. You call me out on all my shit, man. You know I got a file. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
But you said. Remember, you said you were gonna call me out if I messed up your name.
Well, I didn't mean that literally.
No, I know. You said just be being witty, man. No. I'm just joshing you, man. I love messing with you. I think if it sucks when I hear these stories that I met with this person, but I got that person, and I built no relationship.
Yeah, that's another thing, is relationship and trust. People got to feel like they trust you.
And that's the thing that you're, at the end of the day, when you're done doing their event, you want their family to feel like your family. But then not only that, you want to give out the business cards. You want to get the referrals, and that's the game right there. You want to keep that rock rolling.
Yeah, I know. And then that's how the referral system works too.
And you're in business. You got to kick ass.
Yeah, I know. the same thing. How many people are like, well, I called this person and they quoted me, whatever it was, $50, $100 cheap, whatever it was. And I said, look, if you want to go with them, go with them. Do you price match? And that's one thing I won't do.
Mm-hmm.
I won't price match. I said, if company B is offering the same thing I'm offering for a cheaper price, by all means, please go with them.
Yeah.
Like I get that people price shop, and most of my clients, their point of contact with me is either through the internet or on the phone. Okay, so I have to sell myself, my professionalism typing, or the octaves of my voice to show them that, yeah, like you're in good hands here. I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, okay, we want to think about it. And I'm not kidding, 4 out of 5 people said, we're not going with them, we're going with you.
Yeah,
and there was one client that I had. It was up in Putnam County in New York, next to Westchester, I think it is. And I was playing. It was a private gig at this person's mansion, and she said something, and I'll never forget it. She meant it so like kind of passively. She goes, Conrad, I spoke to you like a couple of weeks prior to this event. And I spoke to a couple other people, and they came in. I'm paraphrasing at this point.
Yeah.
And then she said they came in at a much lower price point than you did. She goes, but there was just something about you that made me say I want to go with this person. It was just, and she kept saying, she's like, there's just something about. She's like, and she looks at me and she's like, that was one of the greatest compliments in this industry that somebody gave me. When she looked at me and she's like, she's like, I went with you just because I just knew,
Mm-hmm.
And she said it so like whatever, and she probably forgot she said it 15 seconds after she said it. But I'll never forget that, because in that 6-second snippet of conversation that I had with her, it showed that she didn't mind paying extra. It showed that she trusted me. It showed that she liked me.
Yeah.
And since I was already at her house for a good 3 hours before she threw that comment out, clearly she was satisfied with my products.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such an ego stroke. When somebody that you don't know will give you a compliment like that, it just resonates inside of you,
And it's a flame that keeps on growing. You become motivated to do more, do different. So when you get that next client who says, can you price match or take $50 or $500 off?
Right.
No, it's not going to work, because this is why.
Yeah, look, this is my price. If you want McDonald's quality, you're going to pay McDonald's prices.
Exactly.
Is that really what you want?
No.
You know what I mean? Would you? Let me ask you this: like, would you go to the dollar store to buy condoms?
Next question.
All right. Have you ever been to a singles bar in the past 6 months?
No,
I'm messing with you. You get my point. There are just some
yeah.
things you don't want to skimp out on.
Exactly.
And I think with photographer, I feel kind of the same way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have the misconception of photographer of, I'm showing up for 6 hours and I'm done at 6 hours. But one of the guys that actually works for me is a photographer, and that's not the case. And as you know, you're in the business. I'm preaching to the choir that for every hour you're out there shooting, it's like 2.5 hours editing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just, I showed up from 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock. I took 500 photos. No, that's it. You got to get rid of all the photos that people are blinking, awkward photos, ones that didn't come out, ones that were blurry, and everything in between. So some people, they only kind of really see the top part of the iceberg. Mm-hmm. They don't see really what's beneath it.
That's why the whole DJ title, for anyone who's listening, the DJ title for me, we're entertainers.
Yeah.
And the reason why, it's because, yes, DJ's in there, but we're also the planners. We're also the visionaries. You're coming into my showroom with a blank canvas, with an idea, with some ingredients. Let's bake. Let's cook.
Yeah.
This is what you want. And people just see what you said, just the top layer. You're just a guy who's on a mic with and plays music. Mm-hmm. It's not how it works. From when a client signs, that's where you go. Right. From that point, you're working with them till the very end. Mm-hmm. I really love what I do.
Well, it shows.
Yeah.
And you clearly dress for success.
Yeah, this little lapel pin here squirts water. So
it's not a camera?
No, it's not a camera.
So you don't work for the CIA?
No, I don't.
You sure?
No.
Well, it goes with your glasses.
Thank you. And the condom I bought at the dollar store.
If you've
you ever seen those things? They're like it's like the condoms at the dollar store.
How bad is your situation?
Well, you never know, dude.
No, that you can't spring for the extra like $2.27 to get a real one. Like, this is like...
Well, true story. One time I bought like a huge box of Durex and I only used 2.
How many kids do you have?
2.
Oh, well,
that I know of.
All right. So this wouldn't be a good average. This is bad PR for Jurix.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah. Exactly. So, but yeah, man.
How old are your kids?
Penelope is 6. Oliver is 3.
Those are cool names.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's Penelope Lynn.
Okay.
Because I named her after Jeremy Lin of the New York Knicks, because I'm a huge Knicks fan. But we spelled it Lyn.
Okay.
And then Oliver Jordan. And his initials are OJ.
Nice.
My wife started getting contractions on the 20-something anniversary of the Bronco run. Or I think it was the 25th anniversary or 20th.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, if he is born today, I am changing his name. So, but Oliver Jordan. So,
well, hopefully Oliver Jordan doesn't buy a 1995 Ford Bronco.
I hope he does not, because there's OJ Medrano on the run. He does like football, though.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a football fanatic?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good.
Big Giants fan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, hopefully you can get into it, and when he gets older, you guys can go to games and do all the...
I'm not letting him play football.
Well, not play football, but you gotta bring him to a couple games.
That I will if we could afford him at that time. Because these days a ticket costs almost like $200 to sit in nosebleeds.
I know, we gotta bring the fans back, man.
Yeah,
you gotta bring the fans back. Yankee tickets are no better.
Want to throw any questions, or do you think we're good?
How long do you think that pimple's gonna stay there for?
Oh wow, fuck!
No, you've been fucking with me.
All right, let's go for it, man.
First of all, I didn't even notice it until you brought it to my attention. Number one. Number two, I don't think it's that bad.
I'm such an immigrant because I was thinking, podcasts are gonna record me, but I forgot podcast is this, and I went to school for radio.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking dick. Great.
Well, look, dude, it was a pleasure.
No, it was,
man.
man.
It was a pleasure having you on. Is there anything you want to add? Anything you want to tell couples that are like getting married that are in this stage of their planning process?
Take your time. Take your time, do your research, see what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure they're listening to you and they believe in what you're saying and how they can make it a reality. You know, and that's the thing. You have to trust the person who's selling you. We're not trying to sell you. We're trying to make you feel at home. This is the most important day of your life, whether you do it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 80 times. If your last name's Kardashian, you have to feel comfortable with who's in front of you, and it's vision first, music last. If you get a DJ that gives you music first, I would get up and walk out. Go with the vision first. This is why you hired us to do your wedding. There was something behind it. I don't know what you had. You don't have to get into it. Mm-hmm. But you hired us for a reason. And that's what we want. We want you to hire us because you're comfortable.
And you're going to deliver on that promise.
We're going to deliver on everything. Make everything the way you want it. So
that's awesome, man.
All right.
That's awesome. All right, everyone. Ricardo Medrano, 2017 DJ Times Entertainer of the Year.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give him a round of applause, Conrad. Thank you so much for being on my podcast. Awesome, man. I love this.
Ricardo, it was a pleasure having you on.
Yes, man. I think we ranted for I got to go pick up my kids now.
All right. Let me close it out. All right, everyone. I think that should do it. Thank you for listening to the Victory Loves Company podcast. As usual, if you have any questions or suggestions for upcoming shows, you can always email us at thevictorypodcast@gmail.com, as well as check us out on our social media outlets at VLC Podcast. And I'll talk at yous on Monday.